Welcome to Leading Organizations That Matter, podcast about leadership, organizational culture, and how to find meaning and purpose in our work. I'm Ray Spadoni, former healthcare CEO, current consultant, author, and speaker. Today's topic is the importance of external feedback. Some of us kittens look into a mirror and see a mighty lion staring back at us. Some of us lions see little kittens. Honest and clear-headed self-evaluation is important, but alas, this is a podcast about leading mission-driven organizations, and I'm no pop psychologist. Nevertheless, I believe that the parallels to leadership are worth thinking about. It isn't every day that the leader of an organization can pressure test their own organization's self-evaluation. I'm increasingly recommending to organizations going through a strategic planning process that gaining external feedback is vital. In fact, I am wary of organizations that are considering environmental trends and developing a sense of their own future, but who do not see the value of external feedback. A 30 to 45-minute interview with leaders of key constituent groups can be eye-opening, can also be challenging depending on the results. I note that it's important to conduct such interviews professionally and very carefully, as leaders will open up when there's trust and a reasonable understanding of who they are and how they relate to the organization in question. Doing homework in advance is highly recommended. Also, having somebody outside of the organization and who does not have an existing relationship or history or baggage conduct the interview helps. I recommend speaking with payers and funders, regulators, community leaders, key vendors, professional associations, patients and clients, suppliers, and even competitors. I have never been denied a request to speak with an organization's competitor, and I'm always surprised by how candid those leaders are about the organization in question. Generally speaking, people really appreciate being asked for feedback. It's also important to determine the true purpose of those interviews. I like to distinguish here between the role of journalist and that of broker. As a consultant, I'm sometimes asked to interview others in order to learn and to probe, that is, to be a journalist. Other times, though, there are subtle messages or agendas that are in play, i.e., this is the broker role. It's essential to have clarity around this going in. Then, it's necessary to summarize all that's learned in ways that are meaningful to the organization. Oftentimes, there are important findings that are contained within those summaries and which should be fully and very carefully analyzed. Sometimes lions have to confront feedback suggesting that they are kittens after all. This can be a hard lesson, but it is typically quite necessary. Thanks for listening. I hope you'll consider subscribing to this podcast, telling your friends and coworkers about it, and providing a review on Apple Podcasts or your platform of choice, because that helps others to discover it. And please feel free to learn more about me and my work at redsaleadvisors.com.